Hello, everybody. I'm Rich. I'll be your GM for the evening, introducing everyone to the wonderful world of Rokugan, uh, which I know next to nothing about, so it's going to be a fun trip. And tonight, we're kicking off the Crab Clan campaign, and we're going to kind of take things easy tonight. We're going to learn a little bit about each other's characters and about ourselves. And who knows? Maybe we'll fight some weird monsters or something at the end of it. Who knows? So to start with, why don't we go ahead and go pass around the story stick one at a time and introduce our characters to the people listening at home. So let's start with Mac. Mac, why don't you tell us a little bit about uh, Hiroshima Hebe, if I'm pronouncing that correctly?
All right. Hiruma Hebi. He's a scout with the Hiruma school. Um, Younger brother of Hiruma Hoshi. Um, he's kind of a more, I'd say, pragmatic warrior type. Um, Fairly energetic. Loves his clan, loves his family. Um, and is pretty much willing to do whatever it takes to make sure everything that he cares about stays safe. And yeah, that's what I got. Oh, I guess I should add that he's also the joint Topaz champion as of right now.
That's right. I was gonna say, like, you're not even gonna mention that. You're so humble. But yeah, he was
Well,
recently crowned in glory as he tied for the Topaz Championship. And you're the one that ended up with the armor, correct?
yeah, I think so.
Right on.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
the Kakita player was very gracious actually when there was like arguments and stuff breaking out. Whether I was actually in the championship with him, he was like, yeah, forget that. This guy is legit and he should be a champion as well. So it was pretty cool.
yeah, absolutely. Big ups to him if he's listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, and from there we're gonna move on over and turn our magnifying glass upon the character of Hida Kono. I think that's how you pronounce it. Dalton, correct me where I'm wrong, man. Tell us
Uh,
about your character.
Skip me and come back. My poo just arrived, and I need
Uh,
to from the person.
of course it did. Right on time. All right. Cool. Well, in that case, let's go to the second Hiruma sibling. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character, Casey?
Right. Konnichiwa a todos. Sotashi Hoshi, a 21-year-old Bushi of the Crab Clan that's just overflowing with energy and enthusiasm built around. I'm about Yihai often returns to as my clan elders as overactive teapots, which is ironic since they so often claim that they can never get a handle on me. Also, I've been known as a bit of a troublemaker in the past, though ever since I got uh, ever for at least over a decade, I've been much cleaner and have turned around my ways. Yeah. Also, my little brother who just won the Topaz Championship, Hebi, is quite troublesome to deal with. Honestly, just a naive little boy, but I love him all the same.
All right then. Sounds good. Sounds good. Also, it's worth mentioning that your character is a quite the accomplished engineer, both in engineering terms and siege engineering terms. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very well versed in ways of both creating and destroying. He knows at least four ways to build uh, many engineering projects and at least three ways to destroy them.
Sounds good, man. And from there, we're going to go to the man with the iron will, and his character with the Iron Will. We're gonna go to Derek. Derek, tell us a bit about. I'm gonna butcher this too. Kuni Yuki Imaru. Is that? Tell me how
Close.
bad I got that wrong. All right.
Kuni Kimura.
Kimura. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Kimura and then U in front of it, yeah.
Okay.
He's a
Kimura.
Shugenja. So
Okay.
he's a spellcaster. Primarily earth magic, as he's from the Kuni clan, and their primary thing is dealing with the undead and the taint. He lost his family when he was young and was raised by his grandfather as almost like inside a different family, almost like a surrogate family. He got adopted into the Toritika, and he is very dutiful and wants to reestablish or establish the Toritika's name back to what it once was.
Right on, man. If that's not a character from Game of Thrones, I don't know what is, man. Right on. Dalton, are you back with us, man?
I am. I don't currently have my headset on. Am I coming in clear?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So Hida Kono is the he technically gets counted as a Hida, even though his real father is unknown. He was what's the word? Well, I don't remember the word. His mother got pregnant while his father was gone in
He's a
battle.
bastard.
Well, no,
No,
I
what?
remember that word. I just couldn't remember the word for like when you're like when you start as a fetus. Like
You're saying he was born prematurely?
no. He was born at the normal time. I just couldn't remember. Just the big thing was his mom was pregnant with him while his father was gone, so that's obviously not his real father. So he's been kind of counted as a Hida. They've tried. It's like just like badly like they try not to mention it, but like it's still widely known just because anyone who can do the math can easily figure out that because of when he was born. So his father was never very fond of him, obviously. He kind of brought dishonor on their whole group, and as such was never really considered a Hida, but he's kind of brought himself up with his own combat prowess. He completed the 20 Goblin Winter and became like and joined House Moshibaru as a just basically through his own prowess, and he has been training ever since to try to basically overcome his cousin, so his father's brother's son, who basically his father has inherited, their sword and basically everything with their part of the family to him instead. Though he has lost to him at every chance that he has tried. He's got some dark secrets that will not be revealed, obviously, because that is not how secrets work.
Are you sure?
I mean, I'm sure they will come up eventually. It would be weird if never brought them up with the character ever, but I'm not just gonna spill the beans. So yeah, I think it covers a good bit.
Right on, dude. Excellent. And we did a little improv thing last week where we, established relationship between all the different characters. But the long and the short of it is, these guys are all friends who have met and worked with each other before, which is a good thing because today you've received a rather unusual request from the shoot, I should have wrote her name down. You're the leader of the Crab Clan, whose name I can never remember. Hang on, let me look this up.
Isn't it like Hida Suneko or something like that?
Yeah. We'll go with that. Hida Suneko. Right. So, Mac, your character, Haruma Hebi. You're
Yep.
you know your standing in the clan just went way up thanks to your unexpected victory at the uh, contest for the Chopez championship. It's the talk of the town. Everybody's like, "Oh man, you see that uh, Hebe guy? He's on his way up." And your clan matriarch has sent word to you. She wants you to. She's got a very special job for you to do.
Hmm.
Yeah. You
That
see,
sounds. I'm sorry.
yes.
Go ahead.
No, no, no. Give me your reaction. See, I want to know how you feel about that.
Did they like send a runner or something to me to tell me this?
Oh yeah, she's doing other stuff, man. She's trying to get the emperor to back off on the taxes that are currently
Yeah.
strangling the crab plant to death by
Hmm.
inches. But yeah, she
Well, I
sent
didn't.
she sent one of her most trusted advisors, one of her most trusted emissaries, to come and talk to you.
Oh, okay. Well, great.
Yeah,
I suppose he probably arrives at the house where I'm staying with my wife, I would suppose. So if that's the case, I'd invite him in and prepare him tea and, try to be a good host while he gives me the information.
absolutely, man. It's very graciously accepted, but only after denying it. I believe it's 3 times is the correct number of times. Yes.
You
Right.
offer 3 times. They deny it twice. Take it third.
Oh, okay. 2 times then. Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, I just want y'all to know I'm still learning this. I'm still learning the customs and the rules and the ins and out of this setting and rule system. So if I make any errors, feel free to jump in and correct me. It will not hurt my feelings.
Okay, cool. No problem.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and invite him in and set him at a place of honor there at our little. Well, I guess it really wouldn't be a table. It kind of be a cutout in the ground where we have the fire pit, and we'd kind of just sit around that and have our tea.
Right on.
Because it's
So
not like I'm
after,
high ranked or anything. I
so
don't
yeah,
have a fancy dining room.
not yet. You don't. You're on your way up though. Reach for the stars, man.
Right.
Right. So anyway, you guys sit around there, and after a polite amount of beating around the bush and talking in circles, eventually the emissary reveals to you your mission. There have been troubling reports of a Gaijin ship going around raiding Crab Clan merchants, and
Mm,
the your matriarch, she wants you to assemble a team, track down this vessel, capture it if you can, and destroy it if you can't, or if you deem it dangerous. If it's, I don't know, corrupted by the Shadowlands taint, or just too dangerous.
okay. It just so happens I have a team in mind already. Some very capable individuals, if I do say so myself. I think I'm probably the weaker of the members of this team, in fact. Good people. We'll get this underway as soon as possible. Do I need to meet with our matriarch, or are we to go scout and take care of this immediately?
Well, hang on, let me pull you over this page. Well, they give you what details they have. You're not going to be meeting your matriarch. Officially, this assignment doesn't exist.
Oh,
They've been
perfect.
stamping down on all rumors of this happening. They just say it's just regular pirates. They don't know that some weird Gaijin ship is, floating around, attacking Crab Clan vessels. But the majority of the attacks has been, in the Bay of whatchamacallit right here, the Bay of
Okay.
G6.
Hmm, my
The
favorite.
Yeah,
mighty
right there.
G6 Bay.
Yes. greatest of all bays in Rokugan, the G6 bay. And yeah, most of the attacks have been, around here uh, as they go to and from the important port city of CB11. I probably should have actually written down the names of these cities now that I'm thinking about it when I was prepping this adventure a few days ago. But you know what? Hindsight's 2020.
Next time, no big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Earthquake Fish Bay.
Earthquake Fish Bay, like none other. Thank you, thank you.
That's a cool name.
It is. But yeah,
Well, that's very good. Then, do you know how they are taking out these boats? Are they boarding them and stealing what's on board, or um, are they attacking from afar? How are they engaging?
well, the by the way, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that by this point you've assembled your team and that this is information that you've all been given. So if anyone else has any questions, they're more than welcome to ask them. But basically, all the people who have actually seen the ship weren't on ships that were attacked. They just came up on the what was left over from an attack, right? And all the ships that have been attacked, it looked like they were boarded and the people slaughtered and the whatever was inside either taken or thrown overboard.
Okay, so they were all merchant ships, I'm guessing.
The ones that were found, yeah. I mean, uh, there could be other ships that were, either captured and brought back to wherever or sunk, scuttled. That's the word.
Got it. Uh, yeah, Hebby has a slight smirk on his face, and he's going to look over at the rest of the team assembled. And I'm wondering, are the rest of you thinking what I'm thinking?
Joseph as always.
Well, let's see if we can procure ourselves a merchant ship.
I got a question.
Lay it on me, bro.
Why are we doing this? We're going to CB11, right? Or that's where they're attacking?
All right, G6 is where the attacks have been
Yeah.
around that area, mostly around the coast of CB11 and uh, uh, CN8, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's Crane territory. Why are we doing a mission for the Crane?
Well, honestly, because there's two possibilities. One, it's a diplomatic gesture that your boss wants to do, or two, she really wants this ship, or it could be because it seems like it's been crab ships that are been attacked.
We don't know.
The Crane are letting the Gaijin in, dude.
Sounds that way.
Ooh.
The dirty Crane.
Most dishonorable, yes. Hmm.
Hmm.
So what's the game plan, people?
Well,
Well, if our
there's
matriarch
really.
would. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, well, there's really only one thing to do. Continue.
I was going to say, if our matriarch can secure us passage on a merchant ship that's going to be running through the area anyways, we could basically just hang out below deck and wait for something to happen. Assuming the attackers will come after our ship.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
If we can try to get one that's going to CB11 and then talk to people if we don't get attacked along the way. If we can get there, because that seems to be a more major hub than C8, and then we can just ask people what they've seen, if they've seen any Gaijin around or anything suspicious.
It's a good idea.
All right. So the plan is that you're going to schedule a ship to go to CB11, and then if it does you don't get attacked then on your way over there, then you can just ask people what's going on when you get to CB11. You know, just sort of ask around, gather information.
Yep.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All
How
right.
far is that journey by boat? Like time wise?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd say like I don't know, 4 days from where you're at.
Okay.
I'm just pulling this out my butt. I don't know how long it'd actually be there, but yeah, that sounds good. We'll go with that. Okay.
All right.
All
Yep. I'm
right
bringing
then.
my people with me as well.
All right. So you charter a boat on board a fine-looking merchant junk. Uh, what would be the good name of a uh, crab captain, and what would be the good name of a crab ship?
Hmm.
Mr. Krabs.
Mr.
Here we
Krabs, it
go
is.
now, Mr. Krabs.
That's his nickname, Mr. Krabs.
Oh,
That's what we're going with.
crab dono.
Crab what?
Oh, dono.
Crab Dono. That's the name of the ship.
No, that's the name of it. That's what we call him, crab dono.
Oh, okay.
We don't, because Mister's that'd be Gaijin, right? That'd be Gaijin speak.
Right, right. Dono. All right. I'll have to remember that. Okay. And for the name of the ship, I'll just call it the Scarlet Crustacean. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't know what that is in Japanese, but I'm sure it sounds cool that too.
What? Akai Kani?
Akage Kani?
Akai Kani.
A
Red crab, basically.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So the red crab sets sail. Writing this down. Yeah, and so far it's on the first day, pretty uneventful. Uh, Let me see here. What are the?
I think I'm pretty much going to stay below deck. So if anybody's like using spy glasses or anything and then observing our crew, they're not going to see a bunch of heavily armed people
I was
wandering
about
around.
to say I'm looking at the skills, trying to figure out what's the closest thing to notice, to spy anything odd out on the horizon.
That'd be a awareness skill.
Okay.
Certain, but let's
Would it be
see.
investigation?
Uh, I'm thinking awareness, just straight up awareness sounds a lot better.
Just a stat check.
Yeah, let's just do that. Because I'm looking at the skill list here and nothing's jumping out at me. Although I guess if anyone's got ranks in sailing, they could substitute that.
Mm.
Is there just doing an awareness check?
Yes, sir.
If you're
Oh,
not
okay.
like under sea or anything.
Although if you're below deck all day, more power to you.
Yeah. Right.
I think it's probably better to for keeping the ruse up to standard
Hey,
deck. So that's what I'm
Yeah,
going to
I
do.
probably would have stayed below deck too, so I don't know how I'm supposed to see anything.
There's no way Hoshi would be staying in the under deck.
All right. Well, yep. Nothing too unusual. Just the standard. Uh, sea stuff. There's some waves. There's some gulls. There's irate fishermen who you occasionally pass, since you guys are kind of hugging the coastline. But yeah, nothing too odd so far. Uh, however, Cyber, your character, notices that there is looks like storm clouds off in the distance. But when you question the captain about it, the captain's like, Mr. Krabs is like, no, or sorry, Crab don't know, don't know. Yeah, he's like, don't worry about it. We should outrace this no problem and get to port.
Well, if that's what you believe, I'm certain you're much more experienced sailor than I am.
Trust me, it's all good.
Yeah, so Hoshi kind of just goes back to going around the ship, though. She's still a bit wary about clouds. Oh, she
Yeah,
also goes down underneath deck and tells Heavy, and also the other, also Hida, or no, also Kono and Yukimura that she's worried something might happen, even though the captain says it should be fine.
Heavy's just gonna kind of look over at her. Well, I don't want anything bad to happen to these people on the ship, but I mean, it's so boring below deck. I wouldn't mind if something happened.
fair enough.
It's like,
Oh, yeah, just
If
hand me that
if
knife.
someone's got the feeling something's going to happen, I'm not going to ignore it.
all right,
Fair.
so he or Hoshi says, "Well, if you're so bored, why don't you play me and go?" Or Shogi.
Oh, I can do that. I'll bust out my pieces.
I just want to do a roll.
All right, do it,
It's
man.
like I heard. Wait, did you win the Shogi tournament? Or the,
Yeah, I did by a landslide.
that's like, yeah, I heard you. I heard you did fairly well in the tournament.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Okay, let's see.
I'll let you have the first move.
Okay. Oh, not so hot that time. Oh, she smokes me.
Yeah. Oh wow! It's once again, stop exposing the right flank like that. How many times have I
Oh, I
told you?
just thought it would make you feel good if you beat the Topaz champion once.
Your your wife's such a bad influence on you.
All right
Oh
then.
well,
Well, you
next
guys
time.
should be all entertained. I'll be heading back up to above the sea.
Wait, just one game? All right. Have fun up there.
You always can join us if you like.
I'm going to go up.
All right then. Well, you know what?
Can I
Yes.
ask? Is there anyone else down here with us?
There's a few crew members who are like, sleeping their sheep off, or their ship sleeping. Since
Yeah,
it's
they're
their off
sleeping, alright.
shift. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just go upstairs with the rest of them.
Okay.
I don't want to be the only one down here. Fine, I'm going upstairs too.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? You guys all get upstairs, and originally I was gonna have you guys have to fight your way through a storm and make all sorts of exciting rolls. But then I realized that we got started a lot later than I wanted to. So we're going to skip that and just cut to you guys arriving to the beautiful, illustrious town of CB11. The name of which I've forgotten. What was it again?
I believe it's Yasuki Yashiki. It's the Black Crane Estates. If this map is correct, I'm looking at.
The CB. That sounds right. It's the big industrial hub for the Crab Clan. Um.
Here it says it's a Crane Estates. Maybe that's a part of the
Uh.
Southern Crane Lands.
No, it's CB11. That's Crab 11. Hang on. Let me pull out my book.
Yeah, that's a crowd.
CB11. Yakushi.
Shirokuni.
Yakishi. The primary home of the Yakushi family is a study in contrast with most other crab settlements, though we're fortified and is capable of withstanding attack as is any other castle in Rokugan. It's built to be a beautiful castle. It's been a part. Yeah. Major diplomatic and trade negotiations take place here every year for a samurai whose duty required them to conduct merchant jobs. Yep, that's the crab trade city. It is weird though that it's like kind of jutting in here between Crane Land and I forget who G is. Who's G?
It's probably a minor clan, right?
Yeah, probably. But yep, there it is. So yeah, so you guys roll into yeah, yeah, Yasuki Yashiki. I'm not gonna let this beat me. I'm gonna learn how to say these darn names. All
Right
right.
on.
Yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, it's a beautiful fortress town. Lots of beautiful gardens, and it's a thriving port city. All sorts of people coming in and out, merchants hawking their wares, and just a bustle with business. Although less business than in times past, because already the famine is starting to take place a little bit. You already can start to see people tightening their belts a few notches. But anyway, you guys start asking around, I assume, about who you need to speak to about all of this. And the after about searching around, the name that comes back to you is a gentleman by the name of Yasuki Akira, which is a name that I
So,
can pronounce. Who
which is another
is
crab.
he is?
Okay.
Yeah, and he is the in charge of a lot of the trade that goes on in this town. And if you want to, get a record of, what ships have, gone missing or any sort of strange reports from ship's captains or anything like that, he's probably the guy you want to talk to.
Okay. I'm definitely not the best at talking, but I'll back up whoever wants
Yeah,
to do that.
I'll head that way.
Oh, right on.
I'll ask, where can I find him?
Oh, well, usually he's, at his home, but, occasionally he does go into his office, and they give you directions to both places.
Okay, I'll head to his office.
Yeah, I'll come along. I'll bring my entourage as well, so we're going to be rolling pretty deep.
Uh, I'm not sure which role would be proper. Can I make a lore heraldry roll to see if I'm familiar with who he is?
That's the correct role, yeah.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
that is trained.
Hey. All right. Well, I neglected to state a target number for that, but yeah, sure, we'll say that succeeds. Why not? Here's what you know about this guy. All right. Akira. I got my heart to forget this. Yeah, Yasuki. 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 Yasuki Akira is a gentleman of the Crab Clan variety. Pretty unremarkable. He's what you call it, full on bushi. He passed the test to become a man, and he's in his 40s, and basically he's been doing this job his entire life. It seems like nothing too exciting to report there. You might have, depending on if you've been to this town before or not, you might have heard that he's might have a few affairs on the side, which his wife is not too pleased about. But other than that, pretty normal guy. 3 sons, 2 daughters.
Hmm. Did I just lose everybody? What's going on?
No,
They're
sitting
just
here.
digesting the information I just spewed forth.
Hmm.
So I'm guessing he's done a terrible job at keeping these affairs secret because we know about them.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man.
Oh, so when is Hida Kono dispersing that information with the group?
Oh yeah, I would let you all know everything that I was just told. Well, that I remembered.
Okay. When he says that, I'm gonna turn to one of my delinquent-looking buddies that kind of is with us, and whisper that in his ear and be like, "Hey, see what you can find out about this guy. Go on."
So you brought your entire spy network with you?
Not the entire thing, but a few.
I tell you what. Let me pull up your character sheet here.
He goes outside and tells them.
I don't
I
think I've
imagine
seen
I'd
your
have
new
brought.
character sheet. Let me see.
I would have brought one or two of them along for the trip for sure.
Well, I'm like, here's my quandary though. That just bring them along probably wouldn't help you a ton. It'd be much more useful to have somebody in this town already who's already established, who already has
Okay.
connections and that sort of thing.
Right.
So, okay, so you've got the spy network edge. Let me see how that works real quick. Okay, yeah, you know what? I've read it. I'm okay with you using it in this instance. We can say you've got a guy here established here because it's a pretty big town. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, give me the name of your contact here, if you would be so kind.
My contact here will be Kauru.
Kairu?
Sure.
Isn't that bald kid who's got his own TV show?
I have no idea.
Kyra.
I've been going with animal names. Kauru is frog.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Now, what piece of information do you want exactly about this guy?
What dealings this guy is into, if he's working with Gaijin, if he's doing any illicit activities, things like that.
Here she comes. Hang on just a sec. Sorry, I had somebody come in here.
Oh, it's
What
fine.
what we're talking about? Oh yeah, so you want to know if he's into any illegal dealings, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. Well, you know what, Mr. Frog, he pulled.
Specifically with Gaijin.
Okay. Well, you know what, Mr. Frog here, he pulled out Akira's tax returns, and while he doesn't know for sure that uh, he is making deals with Gaijin, he does seem to have a lot more stuff, a lot more wealth than a guy in his position should have.
Mm-hmm. Good to know.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
Also, I made. Sorry, I should have. You were looking something up. I did that incorrectly. I should have asked you and then made the roll. But I made a Bushido roll just to. I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy's pretty not very honorable. But I made a roll just to see if I was aware of it. I mean, it sounds like from the information I know, I can infer that. Uh,
That's a reasonable assumption, yes.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and when Kono-san is giving all this information right after I talked with Karu, I'm gonna be like, yeah, he's into some not great things, but definitely somebody worth keeping tabs on. He might be a useful ally in the future. Shall we go see him?
But yeah, I was already headed that way, right?
All right
Yeah, I
then.
kind of figured we were just kind of walking and talking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you arrive at a stately manor in the heart of the town. Where all the action is. Um, and after doing the medieval Japanese equivalent of ringing the doorbell and coming in, taking off your shoes, introducing yourselves, sitting through the waiting room, uh, and then, finally coming in and introducing yourself to uh, Akira, Yasuki. What did I say his name was?
Akira.
Akira
Yasuki Akira.
Yes, that. Yasuki Akira. Yasuki Akira. That. You're introduced to him, and he's a man in his early 40s. He's got the beard and a goatee, or a goatee, and a shaved head, as is the you know custom in the. I don't know what that haircut's called. Do you know where they have the top shaved and the
Uh,
back?
like some variation of top knot. I don't know exactly what it's called.
Yes, exactly. Whatever that's called, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, and he's you can tell that it's been a while since this guy had to put on armor for real. Unlike most Crab Clan members, this guy is a bit portly, and it's not muscle. It's fat, but it isn't like he's morbidly obese. He's just put on a few pounds. But here he is, and he's after serving you guys some tea and making polite small talk. He says, "Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen, today, and you, lady?"
Mr. Yasuki, Yusuki-san, we're here on the behalf of the clan champion, whose name is
Hida Suneko.
Hida Suneko, to investigate these attacks on these trade ships going out. We were wondering if you had any, being a man who deals with the trade here and is in charge of the trade in this area, who would have records of the ships that are attacked, who would maybe heard about some of these people carrying out the attacks.
Absolutely. Of course, I will have a servant bring you the records at once, and he immediately has one of the servants who was sitting nearby. He gives him a nod and sends him to go pick it up. While we're waiting, is there anything else I can help you with?
Just curious, what kind of things have you been trading recently? If you don't mind my asking.
Oh well, I'm personally am in charge of just collecting the tax and inquiring about what traders are bringing into and out of our city, that sort of thing. Um, right now, I'd say the thing on everyone's mind is food, and the Mantis clan has been bringing in a lot of fish here recently to sell for a hefty profit.
I see. They might be worth talking to in the future for helping to alleviate some of this problem we're having.
Does anyone else have any questions that I could possibly answer?
What is um the relationship here with the nearby crane? What is that like? Like, how's it going here? As far as attacks, treaties, like what's going on, if I can ask.
Well, until recently, it's been very peaceful. The Emperor Hantai the 20th, I believe it was, OOC, greatly favored the Crane clan, and the our lady, our matriarch, she did not want to risk angering the emperor while she was trying to gain his favor. So our policy with them has been very cool as of late. However, with the death of the emperor and the ascension of the glorious Hant, how do you pronounce it? Is it Hantai? Hidia
Hantai, I believe.
Hantai the 21st.
Hantai. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
with
maybe.
his rise to the throne. Who knows how things are going to go now?
Oh, I'm not asking how it's gonna go. I'm asking about what it's like right now in the area.
Right now, do you know the calm before a massive rainstorm or a
Okay, so it's tense.
tense? Yes.
Okay. All right. So when he was talking about the what he does as a job, Can I make a roll, investigation roll to see if he's lying?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Are you calling any raises?
No, I failed anyway. I rolled 7.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You are 100% sure. This guy, he's like that guy from the beginning of Pirates of the Caribbean, where he was trying to like charge Captain Jack for his sunk ship. That's
Yeah.
this guy. You're 100% certain.
Okay.
So, one thing I was wondering is that supposed to be a contested role versus the other person's sincerity, or
It's supposed to be against his sincerity. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That's roll some dice then.
Right. Let's see if he can roll worse.
Yeah. See if he can roll worse than a 3 and a 4.
All
Two
right.
ones.
Let me grab my dice bag. All right. So if I understand this correctly, he's gonna roll 3, keep 2.
Okay. Wait, so so he has one rank.
I don't know his stats, so.
All
That means he
right.
has one rank and
So
2 worse rank.
yeah, the I think a 9
If you
beats
put it
your.
in a sheet, if you put in a sheet and just add the ranks down and clicked over on trains, if it's trains and stuff, it'll just automatically do it.
Gotcha. Hang on a sec. Let me just pull up a blank character sheet. And it's under high skills if I can find it.
Yeah, it's sincerity.
It's towards the bottom.
It's like the third to bottom, third to the last one.
Okay, I see it now. Thank you. All right. All right, and this guy has 1 in it. So it would be roll trained, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see it.
Oof.
Wait.
Whoa, why did he roll
That's
4?
spellcraft. You rolled
Oh,
spellcraft. The one above
You know,
that.
I feel like either way, even if you take off that last and just keep the 2 lowest even.
I don't understand why it was 4 though. He's got.
It probably means he's no.
All right, so it's linked to awareness, right?
It's linked to
Yeah.
awareness. Yeah.
Yeah,
you,
he's
you
got
click,
a-
you rolled trained spellcraft.
Spellcraft, which is right below it.
You clicked the wrong one. It's the one right
Oh,
above
okay.
that one.
Well, I mean, this is a blank character sheet either way. So, but the thing is that his character has 1 rank in the skill thing,
Yeah.
right? So it's trained. So why? All right,
No,
whatever.
because you clicked on spellcraft. So the train rolls. You can't see them over there. Yeah.
There
Okay,
you go.
all right. Now
Rolled
thank
11.
goodness. Good grief.
Gosh, this guy. This.
Oh wait, it's still. All right, whatever. I'll figure it out later. Okay, so regardless, this guy's got. You're pretty sure this guy is on the level.
Yeah. Okay.
Man.
Alright then. While I wait for tea leaves, no, while I wait for the files to arrive, I'll do divination. I'll try to read the tea leaves in my cup, right? Because we have tea.
Okay, now I haven't read the rules for this yet. Is this like a subtle thing you can just do whenever, or is it like a big deal? Is it like, hey guys, let's break out the Ouija board? You know, we're gonna try to
It
peer into the
depends
future.
how you do it. Like if you can, the description says it could be like astrology, but also mostly comes from like reading sticks and stones and stuff like this. Or you throw stuff into a bowl and see kind of what happens. Like you try to read a pattern.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can also read the stars.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and shake them bones, man?
All right, let's read these tea leaves.
All right.
Oh, that's a fail because it's a 15. Fuck, dude, I'm rolling so low.
You want to burn a void, or can you burn a void on that?
I think you can on just about anything, can't you?
I
Pretty
can
sure.
burn a void to immediately attempt
Oh.
again,
Yeah.
but it would
And you,
increase
and you
the
get +5 bonus.
yeah, but increases the TN by +10. I don't want to do that. We're Gucci.
All right, man. Cool. So yeah, some time passes. You guys, ask some more questions. You get some more answers. You talk about, the weather and your family accomplishments. By the way, Mac, he of course congratulates you on your glorious victory. Uh, and I'm sure you're very humble and be like, "Oh well, it was a tie." But he's like, "No, no, no, it was great." And
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
yeah. And while
Thank you.
while y'all are waiting, why don't y'all make me an etiquette roll? Uh,
Okay.
yeah, with the DC of let's say 20.
So is this just like an out of nowhere roll, or is it, or is it
Hmm?
like after something happens?
Oh
Is
well,
it,
I'm going to give you some hidden
actually,
insights
never
into
mind.
this
I'll open right here.
conversation if you succeed.
Hebby is not very good at etiquette, apparently.
Actually, no, it's
Same,
etiquette.
dude.
Never mind. That doesn't affect me. So, okay.
Yeah, I just have A rank in etiquette just for the sake of, I am a samurai, but I'm not going to say I'm any good at it. Yeah, no, we're all going to fail that.
We're all trained too. This is some good stuff.
Oof.
I had basic training by our father. Besides that, I
I
can't.
thought the
It puts too
5K3
much
would pull it
work.
off.
I think all our minds are set on the mission and not really sitting in this guy's house BSing the whole time.
Okay.
What?
Well, everything looks Gucci. Everything looks great. Unless someone wants to burn a void, but like as you said, that's got its own risks to it.
Well,
Uh,
I know Kono's probably barely keeping from saying something rude because of what he knows about this guy. He doesn't really like infidelity because it's like ruined his life.
gotcha.
Yeah, no kidding. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that'd be a little awkward considering that he's got some of his servants sitting around him, and might be a little bit of an awkward moment, a little uncomfortable. But yeah, so time passes, and eventually uh, his assistant returns with the files you guys were after, and by files I mean scrolls, because we're in feudal Japan.
There you go.
Yeah. So he offers you guys a private room where you can go over these at your leisure, and says, if there's anything else you guys need, feel free to let me know, and I'll be more than happy to assist you.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your help. And I'll give him a bow and start heading towards our little room where we can research these things.
Yeah, I also bow and I head to the room.
All right.
Yeah, definitely go into the room.
Okay. Now the question is, what am I gonna make you guys roll? I guess you know what.
Investigation?
Yeah. Yes. That's exactly what I'm gonna have you
What are we
guys roll.
looking at?
I'm going to make you guys roll an investigation DC 15.
And I failed again.
Hey, I did it.
Hey!
So what ways can I use void points? I can re-roll. Can I use one before roll for a
You
bonus?
can use one before for a +1/+1.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind in the future.
Yeah. Although Derek just won this one, so there's not really much point in doing it now.
Yeah, I just mean for future rolls.
Yeah.
Right on.
Hadn't
Yeah, I
thought
should
about it.
probably
I
make a
should-
cheat sheet for that, actually, now I'm thinking about it. That's something I'll have to add, yeah. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. All right. So, Derek, the razor sharp mind of I'm gonna butcher this name again. Kuni Yukumura.
Yuki?
Yuki Mura.
Yeah.
Kuni Yuki Mura notices that when you compare the logs of all the ships that left port with the files that y'all received earlier of the missing ships, it seems like all of the ships that um, uh, were attacked left out of this harbor.
Hmm? Wait.
That's curious.
Indeed.
So perhaps we need to charter us another ship out of this harbor.
Wow. As good as that sounds, he already knows that we're looking at this information. So if
Good point.
he did have any, or rather, if any of them were privy to this, they would probably be able to. They probably know which ship not to go after.
Well, we should look and figure out what information we can from the scrolls and discuss this at another location.
Indeed. Oh, furthermore, I apologize. I wasn't paying too much attention, but is there any information in particular regarding which kind of, if any ships in particular are being attacked? Like, are there trade ships, passenger ships,
Well,
or like they had a
were
similar?
they carrying anything in common? Like, is there a certain thing that's being stolen?
No. The only thing they seem to have in common was that they are all crab merchant ships.
Hmm, it certainly is.
No record of crane or dragon ships being attacked. Although, you know, they probably got their own records, so it's possible that they're being attacked and you just don't know about it.
Anything about
Well, they
passenger
would have their
ships?
records at this port, right?
Right, but if all the ships that are being attacked are outgoing, right, and they'd have records here of them leaving, but they wouldn't have any records about whether or not they made it back home.
Did any passenger ships, like the one we come on, were attacked?
Not really. It's seems like it's all like just merchant ships, with
I thought we came in on a merchant ship.
yeah. I
We
thought
did.
I thought you guys did too because
Alright.
that was kind of the whole point was that you guys were hoping it'd be attacked.
But the only ones getting attacked are ones leaving from this port. Like,
Which to note, do ships like fly colors? Like, do you have a way to know what clan a ship belongs to when they're at sea? Or would you have to have someone tell you before you, like, for instance, if you were a pirate attacking ships, would you have to have someone tell you what ship was which? Or do they basically be like fly colors?
That's a great question. I'm going to assume for the purposes of this game that they fly colors. Although it could be like in actual history where they just have a ton of different flags, and whenever they see a British ship come by, they'll just be like, oh, time to raise the Union Jack. Don't want to get attacked. Okay.
Okay, because I was trying to figure out what's the likelihood that they're conspiring with someone, especially the guy we just talked uh, to like figure out which ships would be the best targets and to avoid ships like, say, the one we would be on. So that's my worry is we'll get on a ship to try to have them hijack it, but they know we're there because someone fills them in.
Then we'll know that he filled them in.
But who?
Well, we won't know who because it's a station. Who knows? We talked to this guy about this thing.
I would say I'd keep a spy on him and see if he meets with sketchy meeting with.
Do these files have a record of who attacked the ships? Like
Do the files
ship sightings?
do the files have a record of who attacked the ships?
Like ship sightings, like nearby ships, like unusual passengers and stuff. He's in charge of the trading dock. He should also have what ships are inside the docks and what are not, right?
Yes, he's got a
So-
record of what ships are currently in port and what ships left port.
Yeah. So I look at the files for ships that are not crab that often make port here.
Okay, yeah, sure. You've got a host of them from important trading families. Most of them come from the Dragon Clan or the not Dragon Clan, Mantis Clan. Sorry. Although you also see some stuff from the Dragon Clan. If I'm remembering correctly, I don't think they're landlocked. Yeah. You get some stuff from the Imperial lands and some stuff from minor clans, and even a few from the what do you call it? Crab clan, or not the Crab clan, the Crane clan. That'd be kind of redundant. But yeah, that's the main thing. Is mostly it's most non-crab families that are sort of make this their home base.
Okay, no, not general. I'm talking like ones that are here long standing. They're here often, and they're here usually when these other ships that don't make it are also leaving.
Gotcha. So like ones that could possibly be going out and giving a tip off is what you're
Yeah.
saying. Okay. Well, you know what? That sounds like kind of an involved process where you guys are gonna have to so in order to make this work, you're going to have to first you're going to have to take the record of all the ships that were sunk, right? Or not sunk, but attacked, right? And then you're going to see on what day they left, right? And then you're going to see what other ships left that day, correct? And then you're going to see what those ships that left have in common, if any of the same ships left on all the same days, or if they're all owned by the same families, or something similar to that. Is that what you're attempting to do?
Uh, which ships are around consistently when our ships leave this port and do not make it? So not just the ones that just leave when our ships leave, because they could dock here, have their ships here, and rent a different ship and go out and attack our ships.
Oof.
So you're just like what ships are around here consistently?
When our ships are leaving, when our ships leave, the ones who are attacked, the ships who are consistently around when those attacks happen.
I feel like
Okay.
you're both describing the same thing.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just doesn't get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I do, honestly. So it's like the ones that are
Okay.
consistently around
So
when the
let's
ship
say
your
there's a
ship the ship.
shipment. We have a shipment Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right?
Okay.
We're looking for someone who's around on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They don't have to be at all three, but they have to be there consistently, at least one or two. And I'm looking for that pattern throughout this.
Okay, I think I got you. Make me an investigation roll.
I'm going to assist him on that.
Okay.
I'm helping him pour over the documents.
All right. Target number is going to be 15.
And while they're doing that, can I do a side investigation into like, I mean, if you're gonna have a pirate ship, you're docking somewhere, and it's not here. So, like, what's the nearest? What are nearby places or places near where ships are found where you could like keep the ship that's attacking?
Gotcha. All
What
right.
does helping or assisting add?
Gives you a 5 bonus.
Then I'll do 1 raise.
Ooh,
Nice.
Hey.
I spent 1 blood point, by the way, to give myself +1/+1.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah, so I only have 2.
Crush that, TN.
Okay. Well, with that, there are a couple of ships that are around for uh, some of the attacks, but none of them are around consistently for all of the attacks, right? I can't speak Japanese, so I'm just gonna make up some English names. There's the Green Hornet and the I don't know.
Queen Anne's Revenge.
Queen Anne's Revenge. I love it. Blackbeard, he's hanging out.
Right.
Is it just those 2?
Based on the criteria you gave me, yes. Right.
Or either
Dalton,
of
make
them
me
currently in
a.
port?
Was that?
Oh shit, my bad.
You were asking if they're currently in port?
Yeah.
The Queen Anne's Revenges.
Nice.
Dalton, make me an investigation check.
What's the DC here?
Just 10.
All right. Boom.
Awesome.
Just over.
Oh my. What an evil roll.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the story with that. Asking around, asking for. I imagine you asked maybe one of the assistants of this guy, of Mr. Akira, or maybe you went out and talked to some old salty, quint-looking dudes by the wharf.
Yeah, I'd
And,
rather the latter. I don't really trust anyone working Kira at the moment.
Okay. Well, the long and the short of it is that to hide a ship nearby, assuming that it's hidden nearby, there are basically 2 options. The first is that you go to a small fishing village and you just bribe everybody and hide your ship there. The second is that there is an extensive network of caves to the south. It's possible that they could be hiding out in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, I'll relay that information to the rest of the group, though now hearing about the Queen Anne's Revenge being in port, that sounds like the most promising lead.
Who does that belong to, by the way? The Queen's and Revenge.
Oh well, it belongs to Redbeard.
Well, I'm talking inside our game.
Well, yeah, inside our game, it belongs to Redbeard. In real life, it belongs to Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Well, then that's a Gaijin. We've nailed it, boys.
All right, but for real though, what would be an appropriate name? Let's see here. How about Mr.
Oh no, I don't care his name. I'm asking what clan.
Oh, what clan? Okay, I apologize. I misunderstood. What is the Mantis clan trader family named? For the life of me, I
their
can't.
trader family. I don't know.
Yeah, they're mercantile family.
I mean,
Surichi, maybe.
Yeah, let's go with that. Surichi.
Okay. I'm looking now to see if I can find it.
Yoritomo?
Okay, we'll go with that.
Cool.
Okay, so it belongs to the Yoritomo clan.
About what time of day is it?
Oh well, by this point, I'd say it's getting on to towards evening. You guys came in the morning, and you've been going through documents and interviewing people for the majority of the day. So now it's getting towards evening.
Mm.
Where are they ported? The ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge.
Where are they ported at?
Yeah, in this like southern piers, the northern piers. Where are they?
We'll go with the southern piers.
Okay. So what we know that kind of lines up with the caves, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to head down there towards the evening and kind of see what kind of people are coming and going from the ship, if I can, um, and keep myself out of sight while I'm observing.
Ooh. Sounds like a stealth roll.
All right, yeah, that sounds like a stealth roll to me.
Stealth and
I'm
investigation, man.
I'm definitely gonna void point up on that stealth roll.
Oh, okay, big spender.
Oh,
Woo! All right, you're a
and that'll be
one with the
contested.
shadows.
That's contested too. So it's like, is
Well,
anyone
let's see what
there?
these
Just a
guys.
shadow.
All right, well, you know what? They rolled a 15, so no, that's a success for you, I'd say.
So I like find a barrel with a couple eye holes in it, and I'm doing the Metal Gear thing.
Awesome.
You found an ancient Japanese box for yourself. And you crawl
And I'm
forward. And when anyone looks at you, you just stop.
yep,
Doesn't look
exactly.
like anything.
Was this box here just a minute ago? Maybe, I don't know.
All right, so you solid snake your way onto the docks, like you say. And by this point, you know, it's pretty much dusk. And the crew of the Queen Anne's Revenge, almost to a man, has left. They've gone off, presumably to a bar or a whorehouse or whatever, to enjoy their time back on land, and leaving only a skeleton crew aboard the ship to, presumably, to make sure people don't, you know, come aboard and steal shit.
All right, that's fine. I'm gonna keep observing until I either see something or I wait there long enough that everybody returns and nothing happens.
Okay. You're gonna be sitting there for a while. So while he's doing that, does anybody else have anything they want to do?
Do I know the identity of any of Akira's mistresses or like someone in the whorehouse he frequently would visit?
Make me an investigation roll at a 15 to find out if you do.
All right, I'm gonna spend a void point.
That sounds like a fine idea.
All right, I'm not 100% sure how to tell the game that I've spent a void point.
Okay, so on the front
Just
page,
+1 to roll, +1 to keep.
yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm glad I did that.
All right. Yeah, you know what? You do find out. The mistress's name is what's a good female Japanese name?
Let's go
Yuki.
with Tomo.
Tomo, even better. Lady Tomo. The lady is in quotation marks. She owns a runs a prostitution, right? Or I shouldn't say that. I forget. We're in feudal Japan. You know, this isn't 17th century sailors. This is feudal Japan where there's
They did have
Prostitutes.
you know what's the
Courtesans.
term?
Yeah, courtesans.
Geisha.
Geisha.
Oh,
Thank you.
gosh.
Yes,
Geisha.
she is a geisha, uh, who runs an operation in the north side of town, kind of away from the docks a bit. She's one of the more popular and influential geishas in town, and yeah, she's a high roller, man.
All right, yeah, I will go. Well, I want to meet with her. I'm wondering, man, who was our best talker again? Or was that
They'd probably be heavy.
okay? But he's currently occupied, so I guess I'll do it.
I actually think our talker is
I have good investigation.
Kuni Yakimura is our talker, I believe.
I don't know if
Well,
we really
I'll let the
talk
rest
her.
of them know my plan is to talk with her, see, if she knows things that Akira might not want to tell us, and we might be able to more easily get information out of her than from a. I mean, I'm guessing Akira would have to be a samurai, so like more easily get information from her.
Yeah, he is a samurai.
Okay, I'll head with you.
Do you know anything about like if there's any hobbies she has? Do you know if
Let's
she
see.
has any hobbies? Like,
I doubt she's a person you could find out with like heraldry, because she's not a samurai. So I don't know how I would acquire information.
I mean, she's the owner of a big hall. I'm sure people talk
And
about
true, if
her.
she's like doing relatively well, then can I attempt a heraldry roll?
Uh, I'm kind of thinking no, since I don't think she's a part of any major house. Um, I could see maybe what do you call it? Investigation or did I imagine it, or can you roll etiquette to kind of know somebody's history too? Did I completely make that up, or is that in the rules?
I don't think that's the thing. I think etiquette is to like not embarrass yourself in a social
Mm. Oh
situation.
wait,
Etiquette's defensive. It's when you get attacked by a courtier or
well, I think
temptation.
what you're thinking about is bureaucracy, which is
Oh,
for like government channels. Because besides that, it's purely in conversations you're already in.
gotcha. Okay, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I guess investigation if you wanted to dig up some information about her before you go in there. Okay, well, you know what? You ask around and you find out that she is takes her tea ceremony very seriously. She's really into that, and she also enjoys playing mahjong, which I'm going to assume has been invented in this reality of Rokugan. If not, she's really into Go.
Okay, I am terrible, like untrained in both of those. Uh, does anyone have skill with tea ceremonies or games?
I
Both of
don't.
the Hirumas do.
Well, except games is a specialized, and I'm not specialized in Go.
Would that make you any better than me, at least, at a game you're not specialized in? Because I'm not. I
Um,
don't have games. Period.
well, I mean, if you're not specialized, it's just your base load. And for Go, I at least have a 3K3. Uh, Hebby, are you trained in Go?
Mm, just shogi.
Uh,
All right,
well,
so hang on.
you
Let's
can go
let's
try.
let's keep a. I need to keep track of who's doing what. So Mac, you're down by the docks, keeping an eye on the Queen Anne's Revenge, the totally not a pirate ship. Uh,
Right.
Dalton, you are going to check out the geisha lady
Yeah,
who
and I'm
is
seeing trying to recruit other people.
right.
Yeah, I'm
Because
following.
Right.
I
Okay.
don't have the skills I need.
Right. So who's following?
I'll be
I
right
am.
back.
I
I
Okay.
gotta use the
guess.
bathroom.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So
Yeah,
Derek,
I'll
you're with
follow.
him, and Casey, what are you doing, man?
Yep. I'll go with Kono.
All right. So everyone's going to the geisha's house. Sounds good.
Oh,
Oh,
what did your name was?
Madam Tomo, or lady. Yeah, I guess it'd be Madam because lady implies that she has land. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you guys arrive. You it's a little awkward because it's the evening by this point, and she's already made plans for the evening. So what excuse do you guys give her to make her decide to cancel her current plans for the evening and talk to you guys?
Man.
she's a subject of the crab, right?
Well, she's living in the city, so I assume that makes her a subject of the crowd.
That's, here's you're saying that's a dangerous game.
Yeah, I mean we're investigating on behalf of the
The champion.
of the champion, and we're currently directly under the Topaz champion being sent by the Crab champion. So I mean the winner of the Topaz championship. So basically, just kind of pull title and importance about who we are. I mean we don't currently have the
Either.
Topaz, but we that is who is currently we're under. So basically, just name dropping.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're Led Zeppelin without Jimmy Page. I got you. All right. So yeah, so basically you're going in there. You're knocking on the door, and when the servant girl tells you that I'm sorry, but she's busy at the moment, you're going to tell her that she doesn't have any choice, and that this is vitally important for the Empire, and for her to drop whatever plan she has and to get on out here. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
not
willing.
worded like that. I'm not gonna say
Okay,
she
yeah.
has no
So he
choice.
says it like that, and then she's like, decency?
Kono would word it like that. I might even roll intimidation.
Okay. Well, unless your allies stop you, that's 100% what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't
Yeah.
know that's what he would say until after he does it.
Okay, yeah. Well, in that case, yeah, the serving lady, her eyes grow wide, and she's like, one moment, please. And, she shuts the door, that's made out of rice paper. And you hear hurried footsteps, and then you hear some muffled talking from in another room. And after about 10 minutes, the door shutters open again, and you see a beautiful woman in her late 20s, early 30s. Makeup that looks like it was maybe put on in kind of a hurry, and her hair beautifully done, wearing very fine robes. She comes in here. She gives you all a polite bow and sits down and says, "Now, how can I help you, gentlemen?"
Firstly, I apologize for my friend's crude behavior. I certainly did not expect him to attempt to speak like that.
She smiles and nods politely. It's quite all right.
Okay. I ask her about the crew of the Queens and Revenge, the Mantis, if she's. had any customers, clientele who or know or have had some of her girls work with these mantis
Uh,
shipmates, these seamen.
okay. Seaman. Okay, so you're asking her if she or any of her girls that work for her have uh, encountered anyone who works for the Queen Anne's Revenge.
Yes.
Okay. Survey says no.
I'll check if she's lying.
That sounds like a fine idea. Let me see here. I guess this would be a sincerity check on her part.
Yeah, I might use a
And
void.
all right.
Woo!
Man, you better hope she's lying.
Okay, so here's the thing. She says no, sir, not to my knowledge, and you can tell she's telling the truth. And after a moment's reflection, you realize that an upbeat place like this, probably out of the price range for most of the sailors on that ship, except with the possible exception of the captain. So, if the captain came calling, she'd know about it, but she seems to be telling you the truth when she says no.
Oh, oh, and I'm back, by the way.
Excellent. You're still by the
So
docks.
Hoshi greatly apologizes for her friend's directness and says, "Well, while I'm not too specialized in, I'm much more of a shogi player. I heard that you um were were a fairly skilled Go player. Would you mind having a match and instructing me along the way?"
You notice her smile seems a little forced at this point, and she's like, "Well, of course, certainly, anything for uh, uh, officers of the crab court." And she sends one of her servants to go fetch the go table. While they're doing that, does anyone else have any questions? Dalton, I know it was kind of your idea to come talk to Mr. Akira's mistress here.
Yeah, I've just been trying to figure out how to do things with some tact, but I'm just gonna think Kono doesn't have a ton of tact, so I'm just gonna go with my instincts here. Uh, all right, just thinking about how to say this before it blows up in my face. Basically, what I want to ultimately do is like make a temptation roll where I convince her that since we are here, that basically we okay. So first, just compliment that she's obviously an intelligent woman who has managed to get this far uh, via her intelligence and her ability with money. And
Laying on with
thus
that flattery.
she knows when there's a good deal and when it's time to to sell on one investment and put in on a new investment. Um, and then basically just try to subtly suggest like she knows, but I might not have directly said it. That maybe she could, just try to bring up Akira subtle. I have no idea how I would pull this off. That's why I'm still trying to. I've been trying to sit here and think of this while they were talking. Bring him up and suggest. I want to figure out basically where some of his funds come from.
All right, so if I'm understanding this correctly, you're basically insinuating that Akira screwed up somehow and that he's in trouble with the Crab Clan and he's on his way out. And if she knows what's good for her, she is going to help you guys before she gets involved in this too. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, with
Okay.
also a little more emphasis that some of us are on the way up. But yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, to me that sounds like an intimidation roll. Although you
Well,
probably
I'm
use some
hoping to make
honey.
it sound more like here's what you gain compared to here's what you have to lose. But I'll be honest, I am equally good at temptation and intimidation. It's exactly
All
the same.
right. Well, you can if you'd rather use the carrot or the stick. That's fine.
I used the
Are
stick
any
to
of
get
your
us in
hang
the door.
on,
I want
hang on. Are either of your companions helping you with this?
Sure.
Pliny?
Sure, yeah, I'll help him.
All right. What do you say to assist, or what do you do? Either one.
Um, I'll bring up that we know kind of directly that she's been seeing this dude, right? At the affair.
Mm-hmm.
And how all the attacks are coming out of his port directly under his supervision. So it's not, no matter what, he's probably not going to keep this job, right?
Gotcha.
Because he's failing his duty as a whole. He's failing his duty.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, you can definitely say like, oh yeah, this guy's on his way out. Yeah. Okay. All right. So why don't you go ahead and roll that for me then, Dalton? Uh,
to. Yeah, it turns out my intimidate is actually way better than my temptation because I wasn't factoring in that willpower. That intimidation is a willpower trait, in which I am super good at. So,
all right. But don't forget to add the bonus from
what was I supposed to add?
+5.
+5. Yeah. All
I
right.
mean,
So
can you just add 5 to that then?
sure.
Oh, wait.
Dude.
Yeah. You know what? That's 100% a success. And by this point, she's looking kind of bewildered, and she's like, "I not quite sure what you gentlemen want from me. Poor Akira. He's such a sweet man. He's got so much on his mind ever since his son went missing. It's
Mhm.
it's so hard for him. He just comes here to relax.
Wait. Did you say his son is missing?
Oh yeah, yes. He told me about it. Must have been months ago. He said it's all confidential, of course. He doesn't want to
Hmm,
let others know that his
I see. Well,
dealing with his struggle.
appears that we may have to put this game on hold. It may be a good time for us to leave actually, because I fear that that matter might be far more dangerous than what he let on. Thank you for excusing my friend's such crude behavior tonight.
Uh, all right then. Uh, and
I
with
gesture
that,
to the other two that uh, we got a pretty good lead, and we probably should.
I don't leave.
okay. But
I ask about Gaijin clientele.
oh no, no gaijin. She seems really shocked at the idea. Are you saying there's gaijin in this city?
Alright, and then I leave.
Okay.
She doesn't need to know crap. It's just a waste of fucking time.
I do note that this is confidential and her silence is much appreciated on what we have discussed here tonight or this evening. Just basically just laying it on a little bit more. I know she'll probably eventually say what we said, but maybe at least we'll be out of town by the time she lets him know what we've done.
I'll
All
burn this
right.
place down, dude.
All right. Well, you know what? You feel certain that this geisha is the one you can trust with stage secrets.
This
All right,
geisha
yeah.
just seems to know nothing other than the fact that the child's missing.
Which could be important. Though I do really wonder how the kid went. Well,
How long ago did they go missing?
A few months.
Yeah,
Months. What? Okay.
months ago.
And a few months ago, and then attacks recently has been
Yeah, it's
happening. It seems a bit too coincidental.
yeah.
oh, I just realized heraldry would let me find out who his son was and what he was like.
If his son had a name, right, or was important. How old
Absolutely,
was the
yeah.
kid?
Yeah, his son would just be a kid, but
Uh,
yeah, you
well-
can find out their names
well,
if
never
you really
mind
want
then.
to. All right.
I thought he might be like the leader of the pirates or something. So no, if he's just like a child.
Yeah.
It's Captain Kidd. Get it? Okay, so I'm gonna assume that you guys leave the geisha's house now.
Yeah.
The house of the rising sun, yes. And just as you guys shut the door, the other door opens, and the servant comes back in with the go board, and she's like, "Hey, I brought some pretzels too." Into your room. And with that, we're gonna cut back to the docks. Mac, it's been kind of an uncomfortable night. You've been huddled inside this barrel with holes poked on the sides. Presumably, I'm going to assume that you're not wearing your full regalia. You're just in a robe.
No, just really plain looking clothing. I'm sitting in there with the topaz armor. Come on.
Yeah, I was about to say, sitting in a pickle barrel with your topaz armor on. Shame.
You have the
No.
stuff for it, honestly.
Yeah. And,
No, just normal clothing.
it's been a pretty uneventful night, but
No identifying mon or anything.
now
So-
it's all getting towards the scant few hours before sunrise, and now the crew has started to reappear. They're starting to come on board. You can tell that it's getting ready to set sail, and you see several Mantis Clan guys who look a little bit more well dressed, well groomed than their fellows come walking down the pier towards their ship, and you feel pretty positive that this is the captain and possibly his first mate and I don't know, quartermaster. Yeah.
Okay. Are they saying anything of importance?
Oh yeah, they're oh sorry, importance. No. Yeah, I was gonna say they're nonstop talking about. Oh yeah, rig the mainsails. Make sure we've got enough food to last us the voyage. Double check to the cargo. Make sure nothing's missing. All that sort of businessy jargony stuff that if you had
Okay.
high ranks in commerce, you could probably decode, but as it is,
All
it's
right.
probably beyond you.
What kind of are they carrying weapons of any sort? Do they look like a merchant crew, or do they look like a crew ready for war?
Well, you know what? That's something you probably would have noticed on your way down here, and observing it all the night. It seems like almost all the crews in this town seem to be pretty heavily armed, because even though the Crab Clan has been stamping out any rumors of it being a Gaijin ship that's attacking, there have been a lot of rumors about these ships going missing or being attacked. So people are like, "Oh shit, pirates are in the area." And they've been more effective than usual. So everyone seems to be a lot more armored than you would, armed and armored than you would expect. So,
Okay.
so they look more armed than usual, but not so much more than everyone else on the dock. So, no, not really.
Okay, but they're dressed more like samurai or more like sailors.
More like sailors.
All right.
Some of them might be wearing like light armor, but nothing. Nothing to get into a fight over.
Okay. Well, as soon as they are well out of the way, pick up from my position and come back to my allies.
Wait, hang on a sec. Back it up. When you said were they dressed like samurai, in my mind I automatically went to are they in like samurai armor? That's not what you meant, was it?
No,
You meant like, do they look like they belong to the samurai class?
right.
Yes, yes, the captain does.
Okay.
Okay, I
Interesting.
apologize. Yeah,
No, you're fine. And this is like a normal merchant ship. It's not like a fishing ship.
it's a pretty big merchant ship, but it's not like a fishing ship. No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until they're well out of my way, and then I'm gonna pick up and go. Make sure that I'm not seeing on my way out.
Okay, so when you say out of your way, do you mean you're waiting till they set sail, or do you mean you're waiting until their attention is elsewhere?
I'm waiting until their attention is elsewhere,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah,
like
sure.
they're on the ship, and I have a clear way to get back.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I'm going to say that with your earlier stealth roll, that'll just count for this.
Cool.
And with that, you slip away, and the four of you converge at, the feudal Japanese equivalent of the Outback Steakhouse and
Cool.
compare and contrast notes. So yeah, I might want to fill each other in since I know Mac, you're gone for most of the them doing politicking.
Yeah.
The geisha
So,
knew nothing other than the fucking son went missing.
Yes.
It was a waste of time.
Unfortunately, it's a very rude bunch, honestly. However, I I do feel bad for Geisha, especially since she didn't seem to know much. The fact that her son went missing or not her son, but that the person's son went missing a few months ago,
Akira.
which likely could have coincided with the recent attacks, makes it most reasonable to consider that both of these instances aren't coincidences.
well,
Do they
that
link up?
Yeah, the times. Do they?
Do they link up? Because we took notes right when we wrote when we investigated.
Absolutely. Yes, you have a you know when the ship started, when the first ship attack was found, and it roughly links up with the disappearance of Akira's son.
Okay, am I right to assume that not even in this society, not reporting that your son has been missing for months is unusual?
Uh,
Let's go to his
Yes.
house.
Because I mean, I think it sounds to me, and I feel like Kona would think of this because I thought I'd think of this quickly, and it sounds like everyone's suggesting this, that they kidnapped his son and have been using it to basically force him into submission.
I think you're right. The pieces are all coming together. The mantis. Well, let me report what I saw on the docks, and maybe we can come full picture here. But I observed the Queen Anne's Revenge. It's actually a mantis ship. From the information I've gathered about this town, there's been no mantis samurai here. All the vessels that come through have been fish traders to help supply the city with food. That makes it a little
oh,
bit out of place for a samurai merchant vessel to be here. That being said, they're all well armed and armored for the most part. Um, Now, if the son went missing and the mantis are here, maybe the son did get kidnapped. Yeski has the trade manifests. He could be feeding information to the mantis about what ships to hit so that his son is not harmed.
that makes a lot of certainly that is more or less what I had figured. Well, however, information about the ship certainly does clear up a few more questions I had. Now the only issue would be the best
Oh,
way to approach.
One
I
other
do
pertinent
believe.
piece of information I forgot to mention. Um, the crew of that ship is currently getting ready to go underway. It looks like they'll be leaving today.
Today. In that case, we should probably go talk to Akira quickly before heading over. I feel that if we were to inquire about this issue by telling him of urgent matters, he'd be much more willing to not intervene in this issue.
If we stand a good chance of recovering his son, he may just come with a full confession.
Or he doesn't
Yeah.
care because he never reported the son missing.
Well,
Well, if
considering
he
the fact that he
reported
didn't
his
report,
son, I'm sorry, go
well,
ahead.
considering the fact that he didn't report the son missing, that probably has to do with the fact that he does care. Because otherwise it would be a major issue if, let's say, people started wondering where his son was, and then um, there's happened to be the attacks. Certainly, other people would also come to similar conclusions, and
Why
that's
would they not be
Mm-hmm.
asking that now if his son has been missing for months?
what nobody necessarily
Well,
knows.
that's
Especially,
why I think that's why I think the Mantis may have his son held hostage. If he reported his son missing, then they could harm his son, and he'd not be able to do anything about it.
uh, Akira's son's young, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if his son is
It has no
young,
effect on how these other people will see him because his son has been missing for months. Like, you would think more than one person would notice that that happened,
yeah. However,
right?
if only the people close to him know the exact details of the incident, there's
All
no
right,
reason to believe.
all right. Let me make some quick clarifications. That I'm gonna go ahead and say your character is probably either you probably found out earlier when you were talking with Akira when you first went into his house in order to clarify some points and because you guys sound a little confused. Um, uh, Akira has 3 sons, 2 daughters, and 2 of those sons are identical twins who are like 3 years old.
But which twin is missing? Yeah, but I think that's how you would keep anyone from noticing. If it,
Yeah.
just always say one is sick, I guess. Quick wardrobe
Okay, what do
changes.
we do? Burn his house and go to the station?
I think
Um,
burning anyone's house is out of the question.
Well, he's gonna be in one of two
that's
places, right? Either his house or the station.
indeed. I don't believe that burning either
So how
one.
do we split up?
Kono's nodding, like, yeah, maybe we should burn his house.
Yeah, maybe we
Okay.
should burn his house.
Why would we want to do that? I mean, if we rescue the man's son, he has no reason to work with the pirate crews anymore.
He's already worked with the pirate crews. He deserves to be executed for treason against the crab.
Let's leave that to the more proper authorities. We don't necessarily need to cause issues. So first off, yes, we definitely need to figure out who's going where.
I would like to go to his estate and see if I can meet with him there.
I'll head
All
there too.
right, so Mac, you're going to confront Akira. Who else is going?
I will as well.
Yeah,
All
I would
right.
go.
All right.
I feel like we'd all want to go to this.
Oh, where is he? Is he at? Do we know he's at the estate?
Yeah, that's where he spends most of his time these days.
But yesterday he just happened to be at the office.
Yeah. Wait, did y'all meet him? I thought you guys met him at his house.
I said we went to his. I went to his
Oh.
office because that's where
Oh,
the
well.
records would be, right? Would be the office.
Oh yeah. Oh, fair enough.
Originally,
Okay.
yeah, we went to the office.
I
This time, I'd like to go
misremembered.
to the estate if possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know
We just
what?
happened to
It's
catch him a few times he's at his office.
just now it's sunrise, so yeah, he's probably at his home. That's a safe bet. You guys, knock on the door, or the
I go to
feudal
the dock.
Japan. You're going to the dock.
Yeah, I don't go that way. I go to the dock to look for a crab ship that's leaving.
Okay. You go to the dock.
He can do their stuff first, but I'm thinking
Okay.
what to do.
Now, you're hunting for a crab ship that's leaving?
Yeah, from the ports that are attacked. So he said like these ports are attacked from. So I'm looking for because you said they're flying colors, right?
Right.
So
Okay.
I'll look for crab colors.
All right. Absolutely. Yeah. You see. Well, actually, we'll come back to you here in a minute. We're gonna
Yep.
go ahead and do the exciting stuff first. Uh, so we've got Mac, Dalton, and Casey. You guys are going in, and you bust open the doors and you store him in. I imagine
Oh,
he's
oh no, no,
sitting
no,
in
no,
front
not
of
not
his
busting
table.
in and storming in at all.
Okay, well you
No,
open up the
just
door
because we have
and
a
he's
window.
sitting, in front of his morning breakfast of eggs and coffee. Eating eggs with chopsticks or however. And he looks up and says, "Oh, well, good morning, gentlemen. How can I help you?"
Give him
Good
a
morning
quick
to you as
bow.
well. Well, we just thought that we'd like to inquire on a certain interest, which I figure we would all here share.
Do you have somewhere we can speak in private,
Of
Yasuo-san?
course. And he dismisses his servants, and you guys go into a private garden. You know, the dew still covering the ground, and he sits down on what looks like a damp rock, and uh, invites you to do the same. What can
Yep.
I? What's on your mind?
Oh, certain things have revealed themselves to me here recently, and I think I know what is troubling you, and I really wish to be able to help alleviate this problem that's been plaguing the crab recently.
Oh, he seems intrigued.
And I'm just going to kind of keep staring at him and try to make him a little bit uncomfortable until he starts talking a little bit more.
Okay, so you're making an intimidation check.
Not so much intimidation. I'm just making that, uncomfortable silence until he starts talking a little bit more, trying to fill the void.
Um. Oh well, in that case, he says, "Well, I'd love to hear it if it's possible."
I think I have information regarding your son, and I want to be able to assist you in his recovery if at all possible.
All right, let us see here. I'm gonna roll a dice. See how he takes that news. Oh
Yeah,
man,
quite
this
abrupt, I
guy's
know, but
this guy's gonna lose so much face. He starts blinking back the tears. You know,
no, no, no. I'm
he's
not
like,
here to discredit you or
"Oh,
destroy your name. That's why I wanted to speak in private. No
what
one
can
needs to know anything.
what can I do for you?"
I
Well,
need you to level with us and tell us what is exactly happening.
There's a long pause, and he says they took what's a good Japanese name?
Bobby.
Bobby. They took poor Bobby. Uh, um, they're All right. You know what? We're for the sake of time, I'm just gonna unveil the whole plot to you.
Hmm.
Basically, right now in Mantis Clan land, there is a civil war going on about who gets to become the new clan champion, and it's getting pretty cutthroat. and one of the brothers who is in charge of doing the trade stuff is, making a killing, taking, uh, you know, um,
I just lost you.
oh, can you hear me?
I can now, yeah.
Okay. All right. Basically, I don't know how much you heard, so I'm gonna rewind it a bit. All right. There's a civil war going on in Mantis Land. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the brother who is doing all the trading with the Crab Clan is making quite a bit of money, which is helping him out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the rival brother who
A
wants
loser.
to, yeah, the who doesn't like this is basically managed to recover an old, beat up looking Gaijin ship. God only knows where he got it from, and fix it up enough, and is using that to attack crab ships that are going to trade with the Dragon Clan in the hope that it will drive a wedge between the two factions. That's as far as
That makes no
this guy
sense. Why would
knows.
they use a fucking Gaijin ship to drive a wedge between the mantis and the crab, mantis and crab by attacking us when we're trading with the dragons?
That's a good question. Anyway, he is they took his son and they've been you know basically holding him hostage to disclose when the ships leave.
Okay, so I'm going to ask about the Queen Anne's Revenge. That's one of the, isn't it?
No, that's works for the brother who's in charge of trading.
So the brother that's winning the contest, basically, that's
Yeah.
his ship.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Wasn't there another ship that we were also investigating that didn't happen to be in port at the time?
Yes.
The Green Hornet. Yeah, we should ask him about that.
As far as he knows, that's a also belongs to the trading brother. Basically, he meets up with the um, uh, pirates once a month at such and such location, and from there they go out about their business. And by meet up, I mean he like meets a middleman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Does he know where they hide the ship?
He's not certain, but he feels like those caves I mentioned earlier are a pretty safe bet. Um, yeah. And it occurs to you that the Queen Anne's Revenge is going to be passing right past that place if you were in a hurry to get there.
Oh, that certainly would be useful. Yeah. All right. So it looks like our mission currently is to save his son and clean up his. Let's say, y'all.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Let's clean out those cave networks.
I let him know he's coming with us.
Oh, what? I couldn't possibly. My job here, it's so demanding.
Is he
Plus, it'd be
even a
so
fighter?
suspicious. The pirates, yes, they'd suspect that something was amiss if I left with magistrate sent to investigate the matter.
No one knows her magistrates except for him. And he hasn't had his meeting with them yet.
And
Yeah,
we'll bring him in a
that's a
barrel
good
if we
point.
have to.
Why bring? I mean,
Because of the dishonor he's brought on his family. I mean, he should either come with us or commit seppuku. Honestly, like he
That's
has
not
let so many crab ships be destroyed. Like, I mean, we might not tell
that.
anybody, but he should
That's
recognize.
not our decision to make, though.
Yeah.
All right, so basically all I need to know is, are you guys strong arming this guy to come with you or not?
No.
I'll give
I'm
it a
not,
go.
No.
I'd like to try to strong arm him.
All right, so how are you doing that? Are you like intimidating him into coming with
Yeah,
you?
I'm
Like,
just noting it would be a good way for him to regain some of the honor lost by cooperating in this plot for so long.
all right, well, why don't you make a intimidation check, and we're gonna.
Actually, you know what? Kona-san does have a point. If you wish to save face and regain some honor, you should use swords. You are samurai, and help us clean the cave networks with us.
When do you regain void points?
At the end of the day.
Okay, then I'm gonna spend it.
All right.
Hoshi, seeing how active they are, goes, well, at the very least, once you get your son out, you can ensure his safety. Because once you do get him out, we will not be focusing on protecting him.
All right. Well, if you're all assisting on this roll and you spend a void point, I'm gonna go ahead and say you don't even need to roll for it. He's like, he gets a look of first he has a look of resignation, and then he gets a look of grim determination, and he puts on his swords and he says, "All
That's
right,
right.
let's go." And you
Oh
guys
yeah,
walk down the street, like Reservoir Dog style,
nice. I'm
and you
definitely
meet
putting on my
up
fancy
with
armor for it.
yeah. You meet up with Derek's character, whose name escapes me, Kuni Yukamura.
Yukimura. Yep.
Yukamura, yes.
Okay, while they're busy, while they're coming to me, I basically go to the different crab ships I can see, and I tell them that they're grounded. They
Okay,
cannot leave port.
good thinking. All right. So
Very nice.
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna assume that you probably got the what do you call it? The wharf masters okay for that, and so yeah, they're like, shoot, but they stay put. All right, and so with that out of the way, I'm gonna just so I don't have to come up with another name. I assume you guys are making your way onto the Mantis Clan ship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, because don't have to come up with another name, and you know, uh, it's going that way anyway, and it's a merchant vessel, so tempting target. So
There you
yeah,
go.
you guys start heading your way south, and after about a day has passed, you start to think, man, maybe this wasn't such a great idea. Maybe we horribly misjudged what the GM was trying to tell us, and we've just gone off on a wild goose chase. But then suddenly, off in the distance, you see what appears to be a rather strange looking ship. You've never seen anything like it before. It looks like maybe like some sort of gaijin ship that was, I don't know, attacking mantis ships, only you wouldn't know about that. And suddenly, a combat starts. And
Nice.
yeah. And originally, I was gonna pull you guys over to a ship-to-ship combat page, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I've got a long day tomorrow, so instead, we're just gonna roll a battle check. What do you call it? I think it's called battle check, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
battle, or if you've got a skill or spell that you think would be more appropriate, you're more than welcome to roll that. And we're gonna see how everybody does, and then we're gonna call it a night.
Okay, I'll spend my third and final void point on this.
Okay. I'm going to treat this as an imposed roll for each of you. All right, so you made 48.
Okay, well, I don't have a battle skill, so
If you can think of something more appropriate, you're more than welcome to use that.
All right, can I use my engineering to figure out like what would be the best places to disable the ship at?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You go ahead and can roll that. Uh, Dalton, I'm going to say that with that roll, as they come up to board, they as the first guy swings on like Errol Flynn with a knife between his teeth, you just headbutt him to death, and then toss his body overboard. Yeah, so this Gaijin ship, it's got some sails which you could disable, which would slow it down, or you could disable the rudder, which would stop it from being able to control where it goes. By the way, I should probably mention this isn't like a huge ship. This is just like a sloop. It's got like uh, it's got a lot of people in it for the size of ship it is, but it's still not a huge ship. It seems like it's made for speed more than anything else.
okay.
That's why I got to work on disabling it because I mean, after all, that's also what you asked to do.
All right.
I'll cast lightning bolt on the ship.
Okay.
Hey, it's a pass.
Hey. All right. So how much damage does that do exactly?
16.
Okay.
Damn.
And
And
you're
all of the shipmates have to make a stamina roll of TN 15 or
Damn.
they are deafened.
all right. All right. Well, it looks like I'm just gonna based on what I just rolled, I'm just gonna sort of say that half of them are deafened at this point, and as the lightning bolt crashes into the ship, it like just sends splinters and board or not boards, planks flying everywhere like a grenade, and like killing and mutilating guys by the dozens. Pretty radical. And
That's
what are you rolling to disable the ship, by the way, Casey?
that was mostly more so like rolling to figure out where the best places would be to disable it, and then
Mhm.
informing others
Oh, okay.
to target those places in particular.
I'm gonna see if we can take the captain alive. I got questions.
All right. Gonna try to take the captain alive, shake them bones, and then we'll. I think that's everybody.
Well, I don't even know what kind of roll that would be. So
What's the one you use for dueling?
Yeah,
Yeah,
What type of
jutsu.
dueling?
Jitsu. There you go, man.
shit. And that's awareness, or is it reflexes? I can't remember.
I
Let me
can't
pull up
remember either.
my.
look
Jitsu
at my
is
sheet.
reflexes.
Is reflexes.
Yes, sir.
Reflexes.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna void point that so I can actually take this dude alive.
All right.
And it's not rolling. There we go.
All right. Now he's gonna roll his Ajutsu, which is going to be 3. Roll 3, keep 2. I mean.
Shit.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
He either did bad or great. I'm not sure which one.
Mac,
Oh, no.
tragically, as your swords meet in combat, he swings wide with a cry of "Die!" and you lop his head off as he smacks you with his sword. So let me see how much
Well.
damage.
That
You
definitely was not how I was trying to make things go.
And when you roll so badly, you just kill yourself on your opponent's sword.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna assume that 3 damage doesn't really do anything to you. So,
It doesn't even make it through the armor. Yeah.
all right. If I'm doing this correctly, I might be doing this wrong, but it's the end of the night anyway, so it doesn't matter. You're gonna have a year to heal up anyway. All right, so that's where we're going to call it for tonight. The only question remaining is what is the fate of Acura?
I kill him.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, do you let him commit seppuku and regain
No.
some honor, or okay?
Seppuku is for people of honor. He led to the death of too many crab.
Yeah, that's what I figured, man. So
You know
yeah,
what? Keeping him alive would actually benefit us greatly, but killing him is going to lead to the deaths of many more crab than what has already happened.
I'm pretty sure we need him to uh, submit himself to the champion. But if you killed him without us knowing about it, can't really stop you.
Yeah, Kono certainly wouldn't stop his killing, but I would also agree. Ideally, we'd submit it to the champion, but also yes, what he's done is unforgivable.
Well, my character, remember, my character is blind devotion to the restoration of his family name, and this guy, he's keeping supplies from entering the country.
yeah.
So
He
he's directly
basically sold
harming.
out his entire country just to save his son.
I don't
Speaking
know.
of
I
which,
think maybe talk with the rest of the team before you rash actions.
Like I said, I wouldn't stop him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
Alright.
opposed. I'm neutral in this.
No, well, I'm definitely opposed, but I don't think I even have time to.
I'm probably doing something else, so.
all right.
I'm gonna
Well, I
buy
tell you
something.
what happens is that after that stunning victory, you guys all bid a fond farewell to your new Mantis. I keep wanting to call them the Crane Clan, but they're not the Crane Clan. They're the Mantis Clan. Your new Mantis Clan friends as you hop on board this newly acquired Gaijin ship, and after you question one of the dying pirates, you know that Akira's kid, he's been dead for quite a while. They've been lying to him. Of course, the kid died months ago.
Mm.
And as you guys sail back to port, one day, you wake up and Akira's gone. You're not really sure. Maybe he was murdered in his. Maybe he was executed by Kuni Yukamura. Maybe he just decided to take a long walk off a short boat. Who knows? But regardless, he is just gone, dead and gone. But that doesn't matter because now you guys return back to greater glory for succeeding in uncovering this dastardly plot to handicap the Crab Clan / Mantis Clan from foreign forces.
Also, very importantly, we should note to the champion, I mean, one of the people involved in a civil war was doing this. I mean, that's like a declaration of war against the crab. Like,
absolutely, man.
From the losing side, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the problem. The guy had all this
what?
extra wealth that he wasn't reporting. We could have used him to help reinforce the silos, like the grain silos, the rice supply that the rest of
We
our
can
land
still
was
use
getting.
those
Yeah,
resources. Those resources still belong to the clan.
that's what I was about to say. Yeah, his resources still exist.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
confiscate that stuff
But
if you make it
we
public.
don't have
that,
anybody to leverage to get those things.
He belongs to the clan. All of his assets belong to the clan whole, right? And all the clan's assets belong to the empire whole. Because the emperor owns everything.
Maybe. I think we lost a good
I mean,
well,
The thing is, he worked
well, he's
with the
already
losing
gone,
side
so
of the Civil War, right? He backed the people who were. So, keeping him alive puts us to war with the winning side of the Mantis during this famine, during this war.
well, how about instead of us trying to figure out matters far above our focus, we quickly go to inform our champion and allow them to decide the best.
I think that's a
all
good
right.
idea.
And you know what? You guys did a fantastic job. Now here is where my inexperience as a GM of L5R really comes through. If it hasn't already, I'm not sure how much glory to give you guys for doing something like this. Because on one hand, you guys did a pretty sweet job. You captured this ship, but on the other hand, everything you've done is kind of confidential. So I'm not sure what an appropriate reward would be. What do you guys think?
What's the glory table say?
Glory is like public acknowledgement, right? I don't think we'd get any glory for that.
Hmm.
Glory or status. Possibly some honor. I don't know about that.
If we're given a gift, we gain glory.
Let's see. On the battle table,
Ignored.
It
this would be
it might depend on honestly what exactly the champion's response is.
Yeah, it depends how she rewards us.
yeah.
All right. Well,
The beating bandits is skirmish, so gain 1 glory point.
all right. So yeah, that's 100% a thing you gain. I'm gonna go ahead and say you guys gain, let's say 2 glory total, for one for the fight and one for uncovering this dastardly plot. I don't know. Feel like it should be something more though. That seems like for all
Well,
the
if we
hard
get
work you guys
DC in
did,
it-
we need. Yeah.
yeah.
Actually,
2 points isn't a lot.
Yeah, we need.
Depends the rank.
What would be an appropriate reward? Because I don't want to sell you guys
Two's
short after you did
probably
all that hard work. You know.
Fine.
Sorry, what was that?
no, don't forget, the glory is 1. The strong glory is 1.
Yeah, skirmish for the skirmish was 1 for beating the bandits.
Let me see here. I'm looking through the game master book trying to find.
Well, and role play wise, it'd be nice to have a say in like Akira's replacement. I mean, none of us are trained in commerce, but theoretically, that'd be a powerful person who owed us for their position, which could help us a lot in the future.
And if we got that, then I'd be very satisfied with that. And the only reason I didn't want Akira out is because we had an in with him, or would have.
Okay.
The issue is he brought too much political baggage, negative baggage.
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
and
but
I
it-
would rather an actual warrior / tactician held like a border place like that.
Well, he's not in charge of the whole city, right? Just in charge of the.
The most important part of the city.
Yeah,
Or-
exactly. Just the most important part. Exactly. Yeah, you know what? That sounds reasonable. You guys can totally do that. You guys can design an NPC, and that guy's gonna owe you guys as a collectively as a group a favor, which will probably come up here in the soon, pretty soon. Yeah. I'm going to read some more about the rule book to see what an appropriate honor or glory reward would be. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe 5? I don't know. I'm just
Sure.
yeah.
5
Let's
what?
go with that.
Glory?
We'll go with that.
0.5.
We'll go with 5 for right now. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to read this rule book some more. I was really struggling several points tonight. It's one of those things where I think I've got it. I think I've got the rules down, and then I start to
Oh,
play and
I'll
I realize.
report that I killed him.
Okay. That you killed the
Because I
guy?
got- Yeah, I killed the guy.
Okay, fair
No,
enough.
no.
Well, by reporting it, giving a truthful report, that's an honorable act, right? You're not lying to your superior.
Oh, okay, so fair enough.
Well, and Kono would back that it was the appropriate thing to do. The man
Yeah.
had for his crimes it was necessary.
All right, so that's going to be a wrap for tonight. Questions, comments, concerns,